Welcome to Unit 7. In this unit, we're going to dive deep into the exciting world of renewable energy in agriculture. We'll explore how cutting-edge energy technologies can truly transform a farm, making it more productive, more energy independent, and far more sustainable. We'll take a closer look at a variety of renewable energy sources, from solar and wind, to biomass, and beyond. And we'll see how they can be practically implemented in everyday farm life. Along the way, we'll also cover important aspects like regulations, legal frameworks, and, crucially, funding opportunities for green energy projects. You'll discover how these technologies don't just help the environment, but can also strengthen the economic resilience of agricultural operations, giving farmers more stability and freedom. Unit 7 is part of a larger program, focused on sustainable agriculture and innovation in rural communities. By the end of this unit, you won't just have gained knowledge, you'll have a vision of how technology and nature can come together to create a more productive, sustainable, and inspiring future. In this section, we'll outline the learning objectives for understanding renewable energy in agriculture. We'll start by exploring the role of energy in modern farming. We'll define what renewable energy is, and look at its main types. Then, we'll explain why renewable energy is so significant in agriculture. And finally, we'll identify the environmental and economic benefits it can bring. By the end of this section, you'll have a clear understanding of how renewable energy supports sustainable farming, boosts productivity, and contributes to a more resilient agricultural system. Energy is truly at the core of modern agriculture. Farming today cannot function without it. Think about it: irrigation systems that keep crops alive, tractors and machinery that plow and harvest the fields, and processing facilities that prepare food for the market. All of these rely heavily on energy. However, the reality is becoming increasingly challenging. Rising energy costs, combined with the mounting effects of climate change, are pushing farmers to rethink the very way they power their operations. Traditionally, farms have depended on electricity, diesel fuel, and natural gas to get the job done. But these sources are expensive, finite, and not always environmentally friendly. The good news is that there are practical, sustainable alternatives. Renewable energy sources, such as solar panels soaking up the sun, wind turbines capturing the breeze, biomass from agricultural waste, hydropower from flowing water, and geothermal energy from the Earth's heat, can provide reliable power for farms. Adopting these systems brings multiple benefits. They help reduce the carbon footprint, cut energy costs, and sometimes even generate additional income by selling surplus energy back to the grid. But it's not just about economics. Renewable energy also promotes long-term sustainability, better land management, and resilience in the face of environmental challenges. In short, renewable energy is not only a tool, it's a strategic investment in the future of agriculture. It empowers farmers to be innovative, self-reliant, and responsible stewards of the land, all while contributing to a healthier planet. Modern farming faces many energy challenges. Rising fossil fuel prices, unreliable grid connections in remote rural areas, and the high environmental impact of greenhouse gas emissions are just a few of them. These challenges make energy one of the most critical concerns for farmers today. Transitioning to renewable energy offers more than just a solution to emissions. It also brings long-term cost savings and energy security, especially for remote and off-grid farming communities. In fact, the World Bank emphasizes that using renewable energy systems not only ensures energy independence, but also builds economic resilience in rural communities. By reducing reliance on fossil fuels, Farms can be shielded from the ups and downs of global energy markets. Less vulnerability, more stability. The environmental benefits are equally impressive. The International Renewable Energy Agency estimated that, by 2050, renewable energy could reduce global CO2 emissions by 70%. As climate change accelerates, the need for low-carbon farming practices becomes more urgent than ever. But here's the exciting part: renewable energy is not just a necessity, it's an opportunity. Solar panels, wind turbines, biomass, and small hydropower systems don't just provide clean energy. They give farmers the chance to innovate, create new income streams, and even strengthen community development in rural areas. By adopting renewable energy, farmers can be environmentally responsible, economically savvy, and technologically forward-thinking. All at the same time. It's a chance to rethink agriculture for the 21st century, making it more resilient, sustainable, and profitable. Renewable energy comes from natural processes that are continuously replenished. In agriculture, the primary types include solar, wind, biomass, hydro, and geothermal energy. These sources are sustainable, low carbon, and provide a cleaner alternative to traditional fossil fuels. Solar energy is derived directly from the sun and can be harnessed in numerous ways. Photovoltaic panels convert sunlight into electricity, while solar thermal systems capture heat for water heating, space heating, or drying crops. Solar energy is also a major job creator. In 2022, nearly 4.9 million people were employed in the solar energy sector worldwide, representing over one-third of all renewable energy jobs. According to the World Economic Forum, 2023, for agriculture, solar systems can power irrigation pumps, greenhouses, storage facilities, or even entire farms. They reduce dependence on fossil fuels and provide a predictable, sustainable, and cost-effective energy source. Wind energy is captured using large turbines, often installed in open fields, offshore areas, or mountain ridges. Smaller turbines are increasingly used in farms for local electricity generation. Wind power can drive irrigation systems, storage facilities, and processing plants. Excess energy can sometimes be fed back into the grid, creating additional income. Wind energy is scalable, suitable for both small and large agricultural operations. Biomass and biogas. Biomass comes from organic materials, such as crop residues, animal manure, and energy crops. These materials can be converted into heat, electricity, or biofuels. Examples include firewood from trees, ethanol from corn, biogas from manure or food waste. Although technically renewable, some biomass requires combustion, so emissions need to be carefully managed. Biomass allows farms to recycle waste while generating reliable energy. Hydropower generates electricity from the movement of water. It ranges from large dams to mini and micro hydro systems for rural farms. Hydropower is one of the oldest and largest renewable energy sources. In the U.S., it produces approximately 28.7% of all renewable electricity. On farms, small hydropower can power irrigation, processing equipment, and buildings, especially in areas with rivers or streams. Geothermal energy comes from the Earth's internal heat, produced by radioactive decay in the core. It can be used for heating buildings, greenhouses, bathing, and even electricity generation. Ground source heat pumps are an efficient way to capture geothermal energy for farms. Geothermal provides reliable, consistent energy, particularly useful in colder regions. All these renewable energy systems can power irrigation pumps, greenhouses, storage facilities, and entire farms. They help farmers reduce dependency on fossil fuels, lower energy costs, and increase sustainability. Adopting renewable energy is not just about reducing emissions, it is about modernizing farms, creating opportunities, enhancing economic resilience, and protecting the environment, all at the same time. Integrating renewable energy systems into agricultural operations presents a transformative opportunity to enhance both sustainability and efficiency. The benefits are numerous, and they extend across environmental, economic, and operational dimensions. Lower greenhouse gas emissions. Agriculture is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. This is largely due to the use of diesel, chemical fertilizers, and energy-intensive processes. By replacing fossil fuels with renewable sources, such as solar, wind, or biomass, farms can significantly reduce their carbon footprint. For example, solar-powered water pumps or electrified tractors reduce both direct and indirect emissions. According to the International Renewable Energy Agency, when applied optimally along the value chain, renewable energy can reduce total agricultural greenhouse gas emissions by up to 20%. Reduced operational costs over time. While initial investment in renewable systems can be substantial, the long-term savings are considerable. Solar panels generate electricity for free once installed, requiring minimal maintenance. Biogas systems can convert farm waste into useful heat or electricity, simultaneously reducing energy costs and waste management expenses. Over a 10 to 15-year lifespan, these systems typically provide a positive return on investment. This is especially true when combined with government incentives, subsidies, or feed-in tariff programs. Reduced reliance on volatile fuel markets also enhances financial stability for farmers. Energy-intensive operations, such as irrigation, grain drying, and climate control in greenhouses, become more cost-efficient and predictable. By adopting solar, wind, and bioenergy systems, farms can transition to self-sufficient models that provide long-term financial returns. Energy independence and price stability. Farms powered by renewable sources are insulated from fluctuations in fossil fuel prices, seasonal shortages, and unstable energy grids. This ensures predictable energy availability, particularly during critical periods such as harvest or livestock feeding. Microgrid systems, powered by solar energy and battery storage, allow farms to operate off-grid, further enhancing resilience and autonomy. Income generation. Through net metering. In many regions, farms can sell excess renewable electricity back to the grid through feed-in tariff or net metering programs. This transforms farms into energy producers, creating an additional revenue stream. For example, a vineyard in southern France installed a 60-kilowatt solar system. The system generated surplus electricity worth €8,000 per year, helping cover operating costs and fund further sustainability investments. In summary, integrating renewable energy in agriculture is not only environmentally responsible, but also economically strategic. It allows farms to reduce emissions, lower costs, stabilize energy supply, and even generate additional income, all while promoting long-term resilience and sustainable development. The urgency of climate change has never been clearer. We witness it in rising global temperatures, which have already increased by approximately 1.1 degrees Celsius since the pre-industrial era. We see it in altered rainfall patterns, with some regions experiencing prolonged droughts, while others face increasingly frequent and intense flooding. We observe it in the growing frequency and severity of extreme weather events, including hurricanes, heatwaves, and unseasonal frosts. And we feel it in soil degradation, which threatens the very foundation of agriculture. All these factors directly impact agricultural productivity, making the transition to renewable energy and sustainable farming practices not just advantageous, but essential for long-term resilience. Changes in temperature and precipitation disrupt crop phenology, the timing of flowering, pollination, and harvest. Crops like maize and wheat are particularly vulnerable, with documented yield declines associated with extreme heat events. Extended droughts reduce soil moisture, complicate irrigation planning, and place additional stress on water resources. Meanwhile, flooding events can wash away topsoil, destroy seedlings, and ruin mature crops, further reducing productivity. Extreme weather does more than damage crops. It destroys farm infrastructure, including irrigation systems, storage facilities, and farm roads. It increases production costs, from replanting damaged crops to purchasing additional inputs. It also raises insurance premiums, creating financial pressure that can be devastating, particularly for small-scale and subsistence farmers. Soil degradation compounds these challenges. Erosion, salinization, and nutrient depletion are accelerated by conventional farming practices, including heavy reliance on fossil fuels, chemical fertilizers, and inefficient irrigation methods. Over time, loss of soil fertility reduces yields and undermines agricultural resilience. Degraded soils also retain less water, making crops even more vulnerable to drought, and contribute to further greenhouse gas emissions when organic matter is lost. Addressing these challenges requires a comprehensive, integrated approach. Transitioning to renewable energy systems, such as solar-powered irrigation, wind-generated electricity, and biogas from agricultural residues, can help reduce reliance on fossil fuels and improve farm energy security. In addition, soil conservation practices, such as cover cropping, crop rotation, and reduced tillage, can help preserve soil structure, maintain fertility, and retain moisture. Efficient water management, including drip irrigation and rainwater harvesting, is also crucial in adapting to changing precipitation patterns. Climate change is not a distant threat. It is a current reality. Without proactive measures, farmers face escalating economic risks, crop failures, and reduced food security. But by embracing renewable energy and sustainable practices, agriculture can become more resilient, productive, and environmentally responsible. In short, tackling climate change in agriculture is about more than protecting the environment. It is about ensuring economic stability, preserving livelihoods, strengthening rural communities, and safeguarding food security for generations to come. It is about building a future where farming thrives despite climate uncertainties, using the tools of technology, innovation, and sustainability. Adopting renewable energy systems in agriculture offers significant benefits. First, farms can achieve substantial reductions in energy costs. By generating electricity from solar, wind, biomass, hydro, or geothermal sources, farmers reduce dependence on fossil fuels, which are often subject to volatile prices and market fluctuations. Second, renewable energy contributes to improved sustainability. It lowers greenhouse gas emissions, mitigates the farm's carbon footprint, and helps protect soil, water, and biodiversity. Integrating renewable energy also promotes long-term environmental stewardship, aligning agricultural practices with global sustainability goals. However, the path to adoption is not without challenges. Technology adoption is one key challenge. Modern renewable energy systems require technical knowledge for installation, operation, and maintenance. Farmers must learn how to integrate energy systems with existing infrastructure, including irrigation networks, greenhouses, storage facilities, and processing plants, without disrupting farm productivity. Training, education, and support from experts or extension services are often necessary. Financing and investment present another challenge. While renewable systems provide long-term savings, the initial capital cost can be high. This is particularly difficult for small and medium-scale farms. Access to subsidies, low-interest loans, grants, or other government incentives can make adoption feasible. Resilience and reliability are also critical. Farmers need renewable systems to provide consistent energy supply. Even during low sunlight, weak wind, or periods of maintenance downtime. This makes battery storage, hybrid systems, and microgrids important solutions for energy self-sufficiency. Despite these challenges, solutions do exist. Training programs and extension services help farmers understand and implement technology. Financial support mechanisms reduce upfront costs. Smart system designs, including hybrid configurations and energy storage, enhance reliability and resilience. In the following videos, we will explore these challenges in detail, providing practical examples, case studies, and strategies that help farmers successfully adopt renewable energy systems. By addressing these barriers, agriculture can become more sustainable, resilient, and economically viable, while contributing to climate change mitigation and long-term environmental protection. Thank you for joining us on this journey through renewable energy and agriculture. We hope this unit has inspired you to consider sustainable practices in farming. Keep learning and exploring the possibilities of renewable energy for a brighter, greener future.